Hello, this is Paul Chek. Welcome back to my video blogs. I don't know, this must be number 500 and something. Hope you're enjoying them. I know some of you like the simpler exercise stuff, less than all this deep, lovey, gooey, spiritual development stuff. So at Penny's encouragement, I'm here to nourish the exercise part of your soul. Today, I thought I would talk about something that I may have talked about before, but I can't remember, having done so many blogs, 10 years or so of them. And that is by reducing your base of support when you're doing an exercise, a typical weightlifting exercise, for example, you can increase the activation of the nervous system. It excites speeding reflexes. Some say reflexes can't be sped up. That's one of those cases where I question physiology texts. It depends on the subject that you're testing, and it depends on the environment you're in. But having trained countless numbers of elite athletes, I found that doing these types of exercises definitely have a transfer to better posture, better response times, and better motor control in general in sports environments or even work environments with people like firemen that are climbing ladders or nurses that are working with hard to manage people. So today I'm going to show you just a very simple concept you can use. So what we want to do whenever we're doing these balance challenge type exercises, remember good posture. Don't let your head drop down. Don't let your hips sway forward. Keep your core active, which means simply put a little tone in your abdominal wall to tighten the transverse abdominis, which links to your other inner unit muscles. And that keeps tension in the system so that you're distributing the load throughout the rib cage, the spinal column, and the extremities effectively. So a very simple example of this is we just take a standard exercise like a curl to press, and then go to one leg and put a little softness in the knee. Keep the knee bent. If the knee's too straight, it makes it much harder. You can use the other foot like a kickstand to catch yourself if you need to. So I'm just going to inhale, activate my core, curl, and press, and lower, switch legs, curl, press, find your balance. That's what makes it fun. And down, and switch legs. Now you can do a set all on one leg if you want to, and then you could switch to the other leg for a set. That's harder. It works one side harder. For people that are warming into this, I would do alternating left-right. Now, that's a simpler rendition of the exercise. If we now go to single arm action, you're going to find it's easier to stabilize generally if you're standing on the opposite leg of the side that the weight's on. So I'll get my balance, good posture, inhale, activate my core, push, and down, and breathe out, inhale, activate the core, push, down. So there's a couple reps. Now, when you're doing it on the same weight that you're standing on, the weight tends to want to pull you over more than it did when you were standing on the leg opposite. This gives you a little more base. There's technical reasons for that I won't go into. But especially when the weight is going up here above horizontal and you're on the same side, it wants to pull you that way. Because remember, as the load moves, it changes where your relative center of gravity is. So if my center of gravity is right in front of my sacrum in the middle of my body, as I bring a weight up, now I'm heavier than I was, so the center of gravity moves up slightly and over slightly. So if I'm standing on one leg, it's moving my center of gravity that way. And if you take that weight out, it moves your center of gravity. If the weight's heavy enough, it could literally move your center of gravity out of your body. It's a bit tricky to visualize that, but there are biomechanics books and things that show you that if you really want to look into it. So then we do the same side. Again, good posture. Get yourself stable, soft knee, inhaling, activating my core, pressing up and down. Now these are light weights. I'm a little tired because I just finished a 2 workout day. So I'm just doing enough to demonstrate. Then you can switch to the other side. And you'll probably definitely notice it stimulates quite a lot of activity in your nervous system. Your body will probably start shaking after a little bit. As long as you can keep good form, you're doing a good job. So that's my little exercise today. You can do it with pressing exercises. You can do it with pretty much any kind of an exercise where you can hold on to one weight and do it while on one leg. So hope you enjoy practicing that simple little technique. If you're going to do that in a workout, by the way, I recommend you do it at the beginning of a workout. So say you're going to do curl to press anyhow. If you do a bunch of curl to presses and then try to finish with that, your nervous system will be too tired. So ideally what you want to do is you want to start with these, and in the beginning for a couple of weeks or even a month, use this as a warm-up with light weights just to activate the nervous system and get the motor pathways developed so your brain knows what you're doing. And then do your workout, but don't fatigue yourself too much. But then when you're going to incorporate it in your training and you want to push yourself this way, start with this. In the Chek system of exercise science and how I teach people to design programs, I teach it's very important to always progress a workout from the most neurologically demanding exercise to the least neurologically demanding. Because if you do the least neurologically demanding exercises first, it still draws a lot of energy out of the system. And then when you get to a complex exercise like I was just showing you, you may not have enough neural drive left. Most people don't realize this, but research shows that the nervous system takes about 5 to 6 times longer than the muscular system to recover, particularly from intense exercise. The tipping point turns out to be about 8 RM. So as you go more reps and less load, it's more metabolic. If you go progressively towards 1 RM, surely you've had the experience of, say, doing a heavy squat or deadlift. If you don't get enough rest and you go to do your next set, it's not like your muscles feel tired. You just go to lift bar and it won't move, no matter how hard you try. Yet if you do bodybuilding type stuff, then you're getting cellular fatigue, and you go to lift the weight and it progressively just gets harder and harder to even move the weight because the muscles are fatigued. But it's not so much that the nervous system's fatigued. You can really tell when you lift heavy weights. And that's why as the intensity goes up, rest periods have to get longer, or quality of movement goes down and risk of injury goes up. And if you're interested in all that stuff, I go into this in quite great detail in my 2 program design courses. The first one is program design, which shows you how to master reps, sets, loads, tempo, and rest periods, which is like the basic recipe ingredients for designing any exercise program. Then advanced program design gets much more complex, shows you how to do a needs analysis, how to choose exercises, carefully organize them, how to design exercise programs for people like workers and elite athletes. And you write programs in the actual course. And that's the kind of training we give Chek professionals coming into their advanced training programs so that we can take them beyond the basics and help them master those types of things. So if you want to be a master at exercise programming and program design, start with program design, work your way to advanced program design, and get yourself into Chek Exercise Coach as soon as you can, and you will learn how to use exercise scientifically, holistically, therapeutically, or corrective for corrective exercise, and you can get all excited and go right all the way up to Chek level 4 and become a true master. I'm Paul Chek. Thanks for joining me. Look forward to sharing more with you soon.